Hello everyone, welcome to episode 13 of our Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team playthrough. I cannot believe that it is episode 13 already. We are right at the end of the road of becoming a fugitive. We have one last dungeon before we get the truth revealed. So let's just jump right into it. I did a tiny bit of grinding to get us up to 23, 23, and 22, respectively, going from me to Absol. And that should mean that we're good. So, can't believe we're up to part 13 already, guys. This has been quite an adventure. It's been a nice learning experience. You know, look, Shelgon right there. I believe that's Shelgon. It's second evolved form from Bagon goes into Salamence. Swablu up here, chilling, just being a Swablu. I don't know. I don't have anything else. I don't have anything else to go from there. But yeah, so episode 13. You know, we are now pretty well on our way. Pretty well on our way through the game. You know, we're establishing a foothold pretty solidly now, and it's been an enjoyable run so far. I was kind of thinking about it a little bit as I was setting the equipment up for this episode. Just about how nice it has been to be able to go back into the game. I've talked about it a little bit before, but I figured I would just kind of say another little piece about it right there. So we're going on Mount Freeze. This is going to be featuring a lot of ice Pokemon. I believe it also snows in the second part of this, which does bring some challenges, right? Ice Pokemon are obviously weak to fire, which means that I have the advantage finally. But we are going to deal with moves like Encore, which could drain our PP of linked moves, as well as dealing with us being frozen. We also have Iron Thorns introduced. That was a perfect time for that, which do damage relative to your attack level instead of a fixed 20 that like we've seen with the Gravel Rock so far. I also have like almost 200 Gravel Rocks now, so that's pretty ridiculous. That means that I will always have Gravel Rocks in this game. Pretty much, and that's just funny to me, right? That's just hilarious. Looks like we got another Fury attack person, so you know, we love dealing with that. That's just, you know, it's the favorite thing, right? Not, of course. Fury attack has been the bane of this playthrough's existence. It's the thing that has caused multiple attempts to fail so far. So, moving on to floor 4, and then floor 5. So pretty easy so far, right? We're not facing a lot of challenges. The dungeon is going to get slightly harder, but luckily we do not have to fight Ninetales or anything when we get there. I can go ahead and just say that, right? You know, we don't have to be overly anxious about it. Charmander now, because of this Swablu, has an incredibly boosted attack. And we're going to have to face Pineco here, so let's see how effective those Iron Thorns are. Whoa! Okay, I was not expecting 57 damage. Jeez. That's probably because of the boosted attack, but that's really entertaining. Okay. That's not fun. So, we're jumping behind Mudkip, and we're just going to use Gravel Rocks. I'd rather not use the Oran Berries this early, I mean. I only have 2 of them. So if I can just kind of walk around and heal normally, then that's probably a better situation. We're just going to try to heal as much as we can here. And we appear to be successful. We actually got all the way back up to full health. Good. So again, really good progress so far. Alright, picking up more gummies, and we're actually going to use a couple of those here in a second. Just go ahead and eat that. Oh, that solved the whole problem. Yeah, the whole thing with the belly, like hunger in this game is... It's annoying, but like it's a mechanic that makes sense, right? So it was a good addition into the for this first iteration of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Of course, if you all are interested, we can obviously go through other iterations of this style of Pokemon game. I wasn't sure if that was something that the community was interested in experiencing. especially when, you know, this series was building up to a remake instead of a different Mystery Dungeon game, you know. So it just kind of depends on what your priorities are and what you'd like to see. So yeah, again, just leaving feedback about that, you know, commenting, etc., does help navigate sort of that conversation of what the future would hold for content on this channel, as well as content that you would experience on this channel. Zangoose is fun. Zangoose, I mean, I remember using it in Sapphire a little bit. It was never really something I tried to use, mainly because it couldn't evolve, right? So when I was younger playing trainer games, wouldn't ever use it because it didn't evolve. I would actually use Ninjask a lot. Because it got the same benefits from like Swords Dance and stuff, but it could also learn like Flash. So, alright, so we can knock out the Zangoose here and not get killed. Again, right, a bit of a challenge, but it's a challenge that we can manage. And that's the level of difficulty that I'd like to see. Is sort of a level of, oh no, this is a threat, but we can't handle it, right? We have to work together as a team to sort of handle the level of difficulty here. So we got a Seal here. We're going to be facing Icy Wind again, probably. Now, Seal is an Ice Water, I believe, or just a Water. So the Fire type move was not as effective as I was hoping. That's fine, right? We got to the stairs, so we're going to eventually get to the 8th floor. We're just going to knock out this Seal real quick. Should be a piece of cake. I mean, at this point, we got 3 members on our team here. Like, we're in pretty good shape. As far as like party strength and everything like that. Absol is basically becoming another Zigzagoon just on steroids. Because it also gets the ability Pressure, which is really interesting for a non-legendary to have. It's always interesting when a non-legendary gets the ability Pressure. I believe Vespiquen is another example of this in the next generation. It creates an interesting situation as far as like balance, you know. Okay, so we got a little battle going on up here. Mudkip's just chilling. He's not really caring. Because I believe Mud Slap and Water Gun both cut corners. So he could have used those moves, but he chose not to. Alright, Stamina. Oh! That's exactly the item I was thinking of. It slows the rate at which we get hungry. So that's usually the item that I choose to have. Remember we were talking about the belly earlier? I did not plan to find that. That was a perfect transition towards that item. That's usually the item I have. That or a post-game item. Here's Vigoroth. Here's the one I was worried about with Encore. So we're going to avoid using a linked move against him because Encore will then force you to use that move for the next couple turns. We got another Zangoose here. We can go ahead and just take care of him for the extra experience. You know, said no one ever, but here we are. And there we go. 160 experience, not bad, right? He is a bit of a bucket. Alright. 9th floor, again, good progress. Let's see. Here's where the snow starts. Okay, I was wondering when that was going to kick in. So we're about halfway through the dungeon then. And I believe this is also when it starts to take on a bit of a maze-like appearance, where it's a bunch of small rooms, and you're just walking through a bunch of narrow hallways. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not yet. There is one dungeon later on in the game that does that, where it's just like a little honeycombed network, and it's really annoying. Because it becomes a lot more of a challenge, right? You have to check every single small room, and every room that you're checking, you're battling like Salamence level Pokemon. Oh, we got another level in this dungeon. Okay, so the grinding was worth it, obviously. Alright, 10th floor. Cool. We got another stamina band, so we're doing good on that. We're doing good on held items. How much is my starter's attack affected? Oh. Wow, he actually lost like a 1/5 of his attack power. Hold on. Because he's at 41 when he doesn't have the power band, and then he's at 53 when he does. Alright, so Power Band it is. Yeah, because we need to just make sure we get through it, right? I have a couple gummies and I have another apple for a reason, right? We'll get through it. As far as hunger goes, I just gotta make sure I get through it as far as attack power goes. Cool, and so with that, we are on to floor 12. We spawn right in front of a Zangoose. That's a horrible position for it to be in because it's about to get ripped a new one. There we go. Alright. Making our way downtown. Walking. You guys are probably tired of that reference by now. I don't know how many times I made it. Let's go ahead and eat that other gummy, the other orange gummy here. Oh, I see the stairs. So we can just go back the way we came and go one room over, and then we got it. There we go. On to floor 13. Cool. Still snowing. Still dealing with that. Ooh, we got Slacking now. Okay. He's a bit buff, right? Slacking is, you know, not the hardest Pokemon in the world, but to someone who's unprepared, his bulk is really going to take you out. And, of course, the Encore. But the amount of experience you get for beating him is worth it. Alright. Ooh, we got Seviper. Okay, I forgot that Seviper and Zangoose appeared in the same dungeon. If you know the backstory behind the two of them, they really shouldn't be appearing together like that. Okay, you're just gonna do a casual 20 against me with a regular attack. Just wanted to make sure we got our defense back up there. I don't want to have a boosted attack, but be a glass cannon. For non-RPG players, a glass cannon is a player that is a very strong attacker, but a very weak defender, and will usually be beaten in about 2 or 3 hits. This is often seen with Pokemon like Gengar or Alakazam, are like the best example of glass cannons. Not sure why I felt the need to explain that. I guess I was just kind of showing off what I know, right? But hey, it's fine, whatever. Moving on, we notice that our linked moves are actually almost out of PP, so we're going to try to use them a little bit less. Okay, Seviper, just whipping out the Poison Tail. Alright, calm down. Calm down. You don't need to go so ham on us. It's okay. It's okay. It's just a video. If we can find that Slacking for that Petroscarf, that would actually be nice. Oh, look at that! So we're going to make sure we don't use our linked moves here, because he can use Encore, which would really screw that link up. It would actually eliminate it because it's down so low. And then, of course, we love when Slowking's ability of him, I think it's like, was it Triant or something else? Where he just can't move every other turn. And then in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, they just adapted it to sort of be more random. In the trainer games, it was every other turn. So that's why facing him in a gym was not as threatening as you would think. Interesting, we got a different amount of experience for that. Weird. Okay. 16th, no, just kidding. We reached the, oh no! Okay. I forgot that Mount Freeze had 2 parts. We're just gonna kind of try to, get through it here. Mount Freeze Peak. Okay. Well, at least our PP is restored. Alright. Oh, that's right. We only faced Glalie for, like, I think 4 or 5 floors. And unfortunately, Glalie is worth a significant amount of experience, so the temptation to stay here and just wipe out Glalie is really tempting. Especially because I'm a fire type, and I just get like 230 experience per. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a gummy that we can't take with us. Let's just eat it on the fly. Let's just go ahead and consume the apple too. We have like, what, at least 10 in storage, so we need to worry about that. Alright. Let's see, got another gummy. I don't know why I'm going for the gummy before I defeat the Pokemon here. That was actually kind of a bad decision. Oh, look, another bad decision. Just full of bad decisions today. Actually, let's just let Absol kill this one. Oh, okay, never mind. Throwing a pebble at it ended up killing it. Which is kind of weird, right? The gravel rock, for a second, it is literally just a pebble. So you're throwing a pebble at it and defeating a Pokemon in the process. It's actually kind of funny. We're just going to eat gummies off the floor that we find at this point. Alright, Mudkip is slowed. Okay. Moving forward. Okay, you can chill with the ranged attacks at any time. I really positioned that badly, didn't I? He's on the stairs now. Can't go to the next floor unless you beat this enemy. doing 131 damage. I think you beat it. Oh, Mudkip's gonna get a new move. What is it? You know what? That's actually more useful than Growl. So we're gonna have him learn Mud Sport. That's actually more useful than Growl. I forgot. At this point, I'm used to having him evolve, so he would have learned like Mud Shot by now. Because again, in the trainer games and stuff. Alright, so floor 3. Remember when I was saying about the temptation about just wandering around and knocking out the Glalie? I was doing that for a good minute or so there. Every single one that I saw, I made a beeline for. Even if it was asleep, I didn't walk past it. I was just like, I can knock you out in one hit and get over 200 experience points. Why wouldn't I? It's kind of like, you know the shift when you're starting to play like survival games, and you know the shift that every game makes, where you go from being afraid of the enemies to like... In a lot of survival games, it's like when you discover gunpowder, or when you get a gun, and you can just walk around, just mow everything down. It's kind of what this is like, where it's like you stop being afraid, and you're just kind of hunting everything down. It's a weird concept. I can't remember the, oh, Factorial, that's what I'm thinking of. Is when you just discover, oh, there's 3 of them. 750 experience, baby, let's go. When you get guns in the game, or we can expand upon that in Terraria. That's a more relatable game. When you get like the stronger weapons and you know more health and all that stuff, you just start hunting enemies down. Or when you're in Minecraft and you get armor, you just start hunting things down and just mowing them down, or at least I do. Like when I get armor and stuff and I see an enemy outside, I will actually go and kill it instead of just letting it be. It's actually really funny. I don't mean to be a jerk about it. It's just like, why not, right? Okay, so we finally reached the top of Mount Freeze. Huh. What a journey this has been for our heroes. I mean, they've gone through Lapis Cave, Mount Blaze, Frosty Forest, Frosty Grotto, and now Mount Freeze, facing 2 legendary birds in the process. And Alakazam catches up. Obviously, the one team that you knew would. They're a little too aggressive, right? Remember how they were sounding when we were leaving? They sound a little bit too aggressive. Now, right? It's very different from when they were seeing you off. I like that the Charizard that can melt mountains. I don't know how to show mercy, my dude. I'm sorry. Also, I like Absol's just like, what the hell's going on? Epic battle! Everything is going everywhere! What will happen? Oh my god! What's up, dude? Look at that face! Hold on a second. Look at that face. I wish I could zoom in. Look at that face. Some of the artists in this game just had a lot of fun with facial expressions. Oh look, it's Ninetales, the Pokemon with 9 tails. I'm sorry. That's a little funny. What's really cool about Alakazam right here, I want to talk about this for a second. It is a bit of character development. He's asking another being, sort of. He finally doesn't know something. Right? And so he's asking sort of this almost higher being, not really, but like sort of one tier above him, asking about sort of what happened. Also, they always say many years ago. They never really define how many years. Was it 50 years ago? Was it like Harry Potter when like crazy things happened 50 years ago and then it's affecting things that are happening now? I don't know. It's not us. Look at how happy Mudkip is. I know, I'm not laughing. I'm just kind of like, the amount of effort that they put into the emotional scenes means a lot, right? Like, he's not just like, oh, cool. He's literally just, he is literally ecstatic. And that's good, right? Ninetales clearing it up. Zaytu being just not specific, and then Ninetales having to step in and be like, hey. Like, hey. They're not related. It's okay. Okay, in fairness, Alakazam, it's not his fault. Okay, Mr. Charizard. Okay, Mr. Flying Bat. I never thought about calling him a Flying Bat before, but like, if we actually look at his appearance real quick, it is kind of just like a giant red bat. I never thought about that until just now. It's also wrong to say that, but like, I just think it's funny. Yeah, we won a lot of the respect of people. But then why did we become Pokemon? I do like how Ninetales is just like, oh yeah, this is happening. You know. The beast that embodies the ground, the beast that slept deep underground. It's ya boy! It's ya boy! Groudon. What's a Groudon? Yeah, dude, if Groudon were to get loose, there would be absolute chaos. Groudon is any legendary Pokemon is just terrifying. Okay, sir, I already have silver rank. Calm down. I'm 1 rank behind you guys already. Casually flexing, if you know what I mean. So, there you go. That's the end of being a vigilante, thank God. And now everybody's gonna be pissed at Gengar. And that is the thing, right, is that we sort of evolved along the way and just persevered. And then, of course, even if Shiftry got through Mount Blaze, he would have to deal with the other ice types afterwards. It is really funny sort of how things begin to fall apart, because at the end of the day, you know, we're just kids, right? We're just youngsters. So to a lot of the older Pokemon, it's just like the young spirit. I don't know. It's interesting to think about. It's interesting to just add a lot to a very simple plot. Welcome back with another Pokemon. Here's kind of where the messed up part happens, of course. Now Gengar's panicking, and then he's like, oh wait. Oh wait. Now, of course, taking another step back, right? If Gengar had Alakazam's level of community respect, everybody would immediately destroy our characters. But he doesn't, right? He's just as new to this world as we are. Or that's the idea, anyway. So. And the actions that we've taken since then have proved our innocence in these kinds of situations. And that just goes down to community reputation and stuff. Extra, read all about it. It's funny that it arrives now and not before, right? It's like, oh, you could have shown it up at any point, but now you choose to show up. Also, shout out to Eken's one of his very first lines, because he doesn't talk a lot. I've talked about this before as well, that he's the unevolved form of Team Meanies, and it's really weird. And there you go. And as we say, rest in pepperonis, my dude. Bye-bye. So that's that, right? So we're back in town. We've been declared innocent. So things can kind of go back to normal, you know, except for, you know, Groudon. But I don't remember Alakazam's team name. It was never really said. Alakazam's team is apparently going to go quell Groudon, so we don't have to worry about it. So that brings us to the end of, what, episode 13 of this series? I can't believe we're so far into the game already, guys. We're going to be at the end before we know it, and then we get to sort of evolve. The series gets to evolve sort of in its own way, and I'm just really excited about that. Thank you guys, as always, for tuning in and watching. I always really appreciate all the feedback, all of the views, all of the sharing, everything that we do. Starting this off was shaky at first, but we're sort of getting into a rhythm with it. And yeah, thanks as always for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one.